Yo, bro, Chacho. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the Generation Wrestler Podcast. As always, yours truly, the franchise and the showstopper, better known as the GOW's Resident Tribal Chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He's the flash of the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's Resident Isaac Hayes. Oh, it's good, hermano.
I just want to say, man, your energy is like you were one way as soon as you hit that live button, boy, and it's like something you just morphed into a whole nother person. I commend you for it, brother. I commend you for it.
It's called fake it till you make it. All my favorite rappers.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh man. But what's good with the people, man? This is the Wednesday night block party, man. As y'all already your boys, man, the franchise, the king in the building. Sitting here watching a little bit of that Aew Dynamite. I say it's a mid show. Right now they're just really building up for what's coming up for All In. We're starting to get more matches announced and what they're going to do. So far, we already know that there's going to be 4 title matches for this card. Of course, we got MJF and Adam Cole for the AEW Championship. We're going to have a fatal 4-way for the Women's AEW Championship. We're going to get the rubber match, the best tag team in wrestling, FTR versus the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championships. And then on the pre-show, because Adam Cole is just such a good friend, we're going to get Aussie Open defending their Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships against Adam Cole and MJF. Pre-show before they have their match. So right there, we went from weeks and months of not knowing anything to in the last couple of weeks, we got 4 matches already announced for the card, and so far, not bad. What you think, man? So far,
Lee, what up, man? I was just about to say, first of all, Lee, what's up? We're gonna talk about that in a second. But to answer your question, bro, we just had this conversation a day or two ago. And we said, damn, man, okay, a lot of people wonder, okay, what's up with the card? Can Tony Khan pull it off without really, announcing what's on the card? And we kind of, agreed that we felt like this could be a forbidden door type scenario to where it's like, hey, he don't have to announce all the matches ahead of time because there's so much intrigue with the different companies and promotions. Literally, he can just pull anybody from anywhere and just throw surprise matches, as long as it's quality, right? That's all we care about. But now that we know at least 4 of the matches that are scheduled to happen, right? Okay, the card looking good. Like again, and this is probably maybe half the card, if that.
I mean, like I said, we have 4 matches so far, and I mean.
I'll be excited. I'll be honest.
Still room for more.
I'm about to say, and I'll be honest. He don't even need to announce any more matches. I think this is enough. If you might want to do one more, maybe on Collision or Rampage,
I can see him announcing like 1 or 2 because I'm pretty sure Orange Cassidy is going to defend his championship. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the TNT championship somewhere, on the online. I mean, it's Wimbledon, it's in London.
So let me ask you, do you think at least all the AEW titles should be defended, or you're gonna save that?
I think you'll get a nice mixture of Ring of Honor, AEW, and maybe possibly some New Japan championships may show up and get defended.
Okay.
But overall, man, you just putting on a great wrestling show. You're just putting on a great wrestling show for people right now, and on a show that they ain't gonna see, they're not gonna see that often. Other than watching it on TV, you're not going to get this live. So you got to give the people something, and you're giving the people something. And that was key for me as far as the booking of the matches and what they were going to do was Tony's got to give them something. Like Tony's got to give us something. Like he's got to put something together. And so far, I mean, really, you kind of really sold me on MJF and Cole for the title.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. And then you're giving me the tag team championships. It's like, all right, those are 2 good matches. All right, bet. Yeah, like, all right. They're definitely gonna, bring the house down. So I'm good with that. And then whatever else comes with it. I know it's going to be, kind of a bit of a storyline, kind of a impromptu, like the women's fatal 4-way is, but an opportunity for someone to go in and make history, and we're gonna see.
And the thing I like about the impromptu fatal 4-way, especially, is that Tony Storm, she automatically got a buy. She's invoking her rematch clause. So now I'm like, okay, now we get to pay that back, but it's not necessarily a 1-on-1. So depending on how this go, Tony Storm still may have another chance to fight for the title again. Like Tony Storm, hey, she had 2 great title reigns, and especially the way she came into AEW and the fact that she turned her AEW career around that fast, because it didn't look good when she first came back. But then she switched it around. Ever since she had that interim AEW Women's Championship, I really felt like she ran with the women's division. So no, absolutely, I agree, bro.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. And yeah, I'm like I said, I'm fine with her invoking her rematch. All right, fine. She's going to be at Wimbledon. Cool. Saraya's in the tournament. She's fighting Sky Blue, I believe.
Oh, damn.
Friday, Rampage. So, and then of course, the Bunny's fighting Britt Baker next week on Dynamite.
Well, we know who won that match.
Right, and of course the Anna James and Sheeta match, that's for the championship. Of course, that's another match. So, hey, it's gonna be a nice little fatal 4-way. So far, all of them has been pretty good. All the fatal 4-way women's title matches have been damn pretty good. So I'm not worried about that. I think we may see a new champion. I'm not sure of saying who yet because we haven't gotten there, but we'll see. We'll get to that. But right now, man, we got that boy Darby Allin talking that talk to Swerve as he's bringing out some extra help. I'm pretty sure one of them is probably Sting.
You know what? Probably Sting. And what's the young guy? Nick Wayne. I think Sting for sure though. We ain't seen much of Sting lately. Oh damn! What the lights just went out. So
I mean, no, since that table issue,
bruh. I just don't need Sting to knock out no more teeth. Okay.
Nah, but it's just him and.
Is he in the Raptors? I can't see.
Nah, you about to see him. You about to see him.
Will, what's up, Will? Will says if Cody learned how to wrestle, he'd be RVD. You do not like Cody,
nah.
do you?
Hey man, I might crap on the move, but I get to do what I do. Hey man, my man ain't feeling them at all.
Oh my God. Yeah, Will in the building, Lee in the building. What's good? What's good?
What it do, Will?
My thing is, how cold is it in that building, man? Prince Nana got that damn mask and the jacket on. You got Sting with a goddamn bomber jacket on.
I mean, that's just for effect. Sting got the Joker face paint. I just realized that.
We get nutty Sting
smile on that face paint, boy. I just realized that.
Okay, another match added. Oh, Tony Khan, take my $50. I don't care.
So what? We're gonna get Swerve and AR Fox versus Sting and Darby Allin. Okay,
bro, I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
And you know what's crazy? Sting ain't still learning his lesson from that damn table spot. He's still gonna probably do some crazy shit.
Of course, but that's what's cool because the people will get to see Sting. He'll do something crazy, and of course, we'll take it in because we know it's few and far. It's few and far from how many times he's gonna do something.
He got one crazy bump every 4 to 5 months.
Man, as Darby Allin's gonna fight Brian Cage this Friday, and then of course Saraya versus Sky Blue. Winner goes to All In. And then of course, man, we gonna get Orange Cassidy versus Johnny V. V for the AEW International Championship. Then, of course, CMFTR versus House of Black for the Trios Championship on Collision. The Acclaim, they're going to return to action after Billy Gunn walked out and retired. But I think he's going to come back and screw him over. And then we're going to get Mercedes Martinez, Dementa versus Willow and Chris Statlander. Ooh, that's going to be nice. And then MJF, Adam Cole, going to talk about the main event of All In next week. Kenny Omega sit down with JR. Man, I hope Kenny. I hope he's okay. Hope he ain't going. I hope he didn't come back too soon. And then, of course, man, we'll get the Bunny and Britt Baker next week. That'll be the last match of the winner that will go to All In. Darby Allin, Nick Wayne. There you go. You called it versus the Gates of Agony next week. And then, of course, more matches will be announced on Rampage, prior to each weekend as they go along. Man.
By the way, man, shout out good old JR. It's nice to have him back on AEW television.
Man, for sure, man. He's still doing. He still finds his his due to do as they are announcing the matches for All In MJF. Adam Cole for the AEW Championships, FTR Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Oh, they just made it official: Darby Allin and Sting versus Swerve and AR Fox. That's gonna be All In too. They just made that official. All right, Tony pulling out the bag. You got the AEW Women's Fatal 4-Way for the AEW Women's Championship. I already went through the matches. Not gonna go through that again.
I'm about to say, what you doing, brother?
I mean, they just showing the preview of it right now, man. So they gave us those right now, and now we about to get that main event.
Yeah,
Shield and J, AEW Women's Championship again in the main event, bro. Back-to-back weeks, AEW. They got the main event. They got the ladies in the main event for the championship. I won't ask you, do you think it'll be better than last week's match? I'll just ask you, what is your feeling towards it, as far as the complaint about the women's division, and then seeing what Tony's doing instantly compared to other companies that they've been complaining that's not doing something with the women.
I mean, Tony Khan. Okay, look, I want to say this, Tony Khan. You might not agree with his booking style, right? You might not agree with how he comes across personally, whatever the case may be. I personally have no issues with Tony Khan. I know we joke, man. We talk shit about everybody. That's what we do, man. Real talk for real fans. But on the serious note, I will say this: AEW, although not great, nobody or nothing is. AEW is as close to me as far as mainstream. It's close to fan service as you're going to get. We complained on Twitter, online, everybody, and it wasn't just AEW, it was across the board outside of Impact Wrestling about, the mainstream women's division not really being booked on TV as effectively and as properly as they could, to disrespect. And AEW was a huge part of that. And to see Tony Khan could have got, what's the word, defensive about it. It could have just act like certain people in certain companies and just continue to book the way he was gonna book. He said, you know what? Okay, cool. I got you. Athena versus Willow Nightingale. We got a big pay-per-view coming up. Okay, cool. You know what? Bam. Y'all two, 30 minutes. Do what y'all do. Championship match. Headline that. Oh, y'all want more? Okay, cool. You know what? Next week on AEW on the Rampage. Cool. Y'all want the women to go again? Bet. Got you. All right, y'all. Week after that, y'all want to see the women headline again? Okay. Aew Dynamite. Boom. Got you. And the thing is, true. We say this all the time. You could lead a horse to the well. You can lead them to the water, but they still got to drink. So, okay, cool. Tony Khan can put the women in the main event. It's up to the women to deliver. Because I don't give a damn what the fans want to see. If I'm putting, and men or women, it ain't just the women, men too. I don't give a damn who y'all want to see. If I put them in the main event and they suck and they tanking TV ratings, sorry, let's try this again later. But the fact that it's like, hey, the women going out there, they doing what they got to do. They're having pretty lengthy matches. I mean, this one, probably won't be as long, but it is what it is. You can't win them all. But at least he's listening, right? Yeah. And the thing was, we're getting to see multiple women's matches and segments. Now, like today, you didn't really see the women as much, which we got to work on that. But at least, he's listening.
You were highlighting, like you highlighted them, but at the same time, there could have been another women's match on the show. Like, you could have did, it could have been a little bit more. Other than what we got with the JSA at the beginning of the show,
and that's the thing, like, and I understand sometimes the way the card play out, it is what it is, but we can't allow that to be an excuse either, because you can if you could have Adam Cole and MJF fight twice on one card, you could put a second women's match on the Dynamite or Collision or something. So a little more time matches, sure, but you know what? Hey, we asked him to listen. He's listening. Let's just improve on that. But no, bro. Yeah. No, he listening.
Yeah. Lee says AEW is Hall and Nash WCW. And a little bit of ECW.
Yeah,
All mixed
yeah.
together. And a little bit of old school impact. Yeah, I agree with you though. And I think we will get women's more matches. I think Statlander will defend her championship at All In.
Yeah, yeah.
Because her and Mercedes Martinez has been really going at it. And I think it's gonna come ahead because they got a tag match coming up this week, but I think it's gonna come ahead. If it don't come ahead on TV, it's gonna come ahead at All In. So I can definitely see that if he brings Athena and Willow go at it again.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Let's run that back because that did great for it what it did. So why not run it back? So I can. There's a few options. If Jay decided to come back, cool. I'll be happy with that. But I definitely want to see some more women, show up on the pay-per-view. But just be more, just be a factor, be a part of the show.
I know we got the women's main event coming up, but I know you probably got stuff you want to run down. But I have one question for you. Then we can go back to business. Is there one thing that AEW does better in your opinion than WWE? No matter what it is, do you feel like there's one thing they special in?
Tag team.
Okay.
Flat out tag team. I love tag team wrestling. I grew up on tag team wrestling. Some of the greatest. I've got to see some of the greatest tag team wrestlers, and yeah, some of them broke off and were singles guys. Sure, I understand that's part of business, but I grew up on great tag teams, and that's one thing I can give AEW that WWE does not do very well whatsoever, and that's tag teams. Why do they not push Rusev? Rusev, I think, is also dealing with injury. Now, it could be story, but I think it's also injury, and just what he's going through, and just rehabilitating and coming back.
Because my thing is that run is the TNT champion, man. That
Redeemer, man, I'm not done with Redeemer, man. I want my Redeemer. My Redeemer should be AEW World Champion right now, but he had some issues he had to work on. It wasn't just creative, but he also had some things, physically that he had an issue with. And I think that's why we still haven't seen him lately now. And we still haven't seen Thunder Rosa, but she might be still working on some stuff too. Because I don't think it's too much of. I don't see why promote them and you're not going to put them on. Other than there's something being wrong with them. So, I think that's just what it is. I mean, even though we got to see Rusev, but he's also doing movies and doing other stuff. So Tony lets people do other things, but we'll see. I think we'll see something soon.
Hey man, my man got to get back to his hot, flexible wife.
Lana versus AJ Lee. William, you could have put anybody other than Lana versus AJ Lee. I'll watch AJ Lee, but you could have given anybody else. Lana.
Will, what are you doing? Because
I was getting kicks out of us, man. Look, the people like getting a rile out of the GOW.
You know what's crazy?
We welcome it, but
you know me, you more of a like, it is what it is. I try to be a little more optimistic, man. I try to be the devil's advocate, but I can't advocate for that. I can't. I can't even try to pretend to be interested.
Hey, that's why I just flat out said it. Now you can give me anybody else with AJ Lee except for Lana. It's like I'll take it, but
hey, I got one, man. All right, Dana Brooke.
You know what? You in the same boat as William. You didn't make that any better. Like y'all in the same damn bag right now, man. Y'all both can go stand in the corner. Actually, you can put a book on top of your head because you went worse. But then again, I guess some people will say Dana Brooks better than Lana. I couldn't tell you. I've seen them both enough to just they're the same. But bro, let's run down this real quick, man. Look,
yes, sir.
The JSA has disbanded. They're no longer around. They're all mad that Jericho doesn't care for them. And I mean, let's be honest, man. We all knew Jericho was using this group for his own fame and what he does. So I mean, why are we surprised? But of course, they're hurt feelings about it. Sammy told him, man, look, I'm not gonna run out on you, but when you're ready, I may still be here for you. and then of course he walked out on him. So it's like,
which confused
right.
the hell out of me because like I ain't going nowhere. See you later.
Right, and he walked away. But I don't know, man. We were talking about this before we got on air. I didn't think they needed to do it kind of went long. They didn't maybe need to do this. They could have did this in the back. This could have been a little promo segment where they just not all of them needed to say their goodbyes. Maybe maybe 3 people plus Sammy, and then that could have been it.
Right.
But yeah, it was what it was, man. And then of course Jericho's gonna make his decision with Don Callis next week. Real quick, man. Any thoughts on that before I get to the first match?
And you could have saved it.
All right, bet, man. Young Bucks versus the old guys, the Hardys. What did you think of this, man? I want your thoughts.
All right, man, because you know I'm about to say something you don't want to hear, and that's fine. Hey, we do it for the ratings. I actually thought the match was cool though. Like I legit thought the match was cool. Like I enjoyed it. Like I can honestly say, bro, I enjoyed it. Now my question is to you: what did you not like about it? Seriously, what did you not like about it?
That I've given up on the Hardys.
But it wasn't because it was a bad match. It's just that you just didn't care for it because it was.
Oh no, it was a bad match. I just didn't. But I've given up on the Hardys.
It was man, you see the way my boy Jeff hit that whisper in the wind, man.
I mean, was it a whisper in the wind or more like a gust of a gust of a breeze? I mean, I look, man. The Young Bucks tried, but yeah. I've said it many times. When the Hardys won the AEW Tag Team Championships, that was it for them. I mean, or when they were getting ready to do, that was it for them. I wish Jeff had not gotten in trouble, and he was able to make it to that match, and they were able to put on that match, and they were able to make history. And right now, they could be on their swan song going out. But I think also, man, because because this is a match we should have got years ago. It just really the hype, the everything for it just was not there for me, man. It just was not there. And I, as much as I would want to be hyped about this matchup, I couldn't get hyped about it, man, because it's years late. And
I got the perfect analogy for you. Do you know how sometimes, man, you so hungry that you get full? Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think your appetite went away. I think you got so hungry in your body, ate all the stored fat, and your metabolism just went slowed down, and you just what, man, I don't even want it no more, boss. Like the food right in front of your face, it's cold now, man. I don't want it. I got you.
Yeah.
But I still kind of liked it though. I liked the cold chicken. It was okay.
You stupid. Leo, man, what's good, man? As he said, what's good, GOW? Started watching at the start of the MJF Cole promo. We'll catch the first hour after this match. Most definitely, man. You ain't really missed too much, man. Honestly, it was, more promo than it was wrestling.
Your boy Lee
the Hardys are worse than Cody Rhodes. Listen. Damn, Lee. Leo Will is on it. Man, Leo says I did happen in 20 it did happen in 2017, the night before the Hardys came back at Mania, the drop of Ring of Honor tag titles to the Bucks. Like that did happen, but for them to make it to AEW, like after Jeff had been, Jeff was still stuck in WWE, Matt had left, and he has came back. So this was like, we knew this was the last run. Like there was nothing else for them to do. And then the way he came in, and then the way they built everything up, that was just like, it was like
anticipation. Jeff was juking down to the ring.
Right, man. There was an anticipation, let's go, let's see this. I want this. We want to see. I mean, even though we saw it then, but it was like, we wanted to see this, and for the AEW, because these guys that came up, they made AEW what it is. As Sheeta pinned Anna Jay, even though 2.0 tried to help her, but Anna Jay ended up getting pinned. But that anticipation, that hype for that match, like when we knew it was going to be for the titles, like everything about it was like, bruh, the Hardys going to bring everything they got, and then it didn't happen, and then it was just like, will it ever happen? And then after a while, just be like, it's never going to happen. And even with him coming back, it's like, Should you come back? Should you be back? I mean, I just, yeah, and I hate that I feel that way. I hate that I feel that way because I love the Hardys.
Hey man, look, all right. So I got a confession, man. All right, so back in the day when I had my John Cena CD, wicked word life, you know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. Once upon a time, man, baby franchise, you feel me? Back in the day, I used to go around and I used to cut, what I'm saying, holes in the and sleeve holes in the pantyhose, right? And I put them on my arms, you know what I'm saying? And I used to think I was like a little Jeff Hardy, you feel me? But I can only afford to tear up the one side of the pantyhose. So I look more like Allen Iverson. But it was cool though. You feel me? And I used to be in the kitchen. Hey, grandma had them tile floors. So I used to be in the kitchen when she was asleep. I used to look up and I used to spit water in the air like Triple H. And then she'll walk and almost slip and fall. And then
Bust your ass.
hell yeah. She like, what's all this water on the floor? Hey, I'm Triple H, grandma.
About the Triple H on that ass. Go get the damn belt, boy.
Hey, man, look. Hey, Leo said first the ankle lock, then the Cena CD, now the Hardy panties.
The Hardy panties, man. I
the
swear,
pantyhose, man, pantyhose.
man. Look, the older he get, the more we gonna find out, Leo.
Hey, man. Hey, look. Hey, look. Now I see why old people don't give a damn.
Oh man. William has said, man, at Lee Taylor, stop shitting on Cody. He's the best wrestling WWE champion ever. First he's got to win the WWE championship. Then Leo says, man, the food's still good to me, damn it. Cold pizza better than hot. You a fool, Leo. Then of course Lee says, man, who do you guys think they are building to be the next thing? Who is going to get over next? And what company? AEW, WWE, NXT, Impact. What you talking about? But yeah, man. But the Hardys, yeah, they lost. Young Bucks won. And then they accepted FTR's. Of course, they accepted their challenge, and we're gonna get that at the pay per view. And then, of course, man, AEW. I'll answer that in a second. Of course, then we got Adam Cole and MJF at the Bouncy House. Of course, MJF is not feeling it, which I'm thinking now that Adam Cole has gotten what he wants, he's about to start acting like a kid and acting real childish, which is gonna piss MJF off. Which is why I'm kind of thinking this whole Roddy tantrum thing is gonna be something, that's gonna be something in itself. But we'll see. Then of course, MJF had to deck out all the kids. He told one kid, I slept with your mom, and he told the other kid, I'm your dad. And then the one little girl gave him both a middle finger and he beamed the hell out of her. It was funny. Probably wasn't as funny as the previous one, but it was good enough. Then of course we got the announcement for the 4-way at All In. The BCC talked about how they were going to beat down the Lucha Bros, and then we got Jungle Boy Jack Perry defending that FTW championship against Mr. Rob Van Dam, Mr. Wednesday Night, because that's what he's on now. Rob did not look bad. He still held his own. I think, a step slow or slower. But other than that, man, he did what he could. Bro, what you think of the match?
No, I thought for what it was, for what it was worth, man, he looked pretty damn good. I mean, this somebody that's been wrestling 30 years, man, since the freaking 90s. And the guy to be as old as he is, relatively speaking, the dude can still move, man. Like, bro, I can't do half that shit. And I'm 20 years younger than he is. I could barely walk up the steps, let alone do a split-legged moonsault. So, hey, shout out to my boy, the whole effing show. He looked cool, man. Jack Perry. He held his own, man. He did what he had to do. But I will say this. I could be getting in over my head, and no disrespect to the FTW championship. No disrespect. But I feel like, man, you know what? I'm not even gonna blame it on the championship. This character, man, when he first turned heel, I'm like, all right, cool. Like something's missing, but I see it. something got to click, man. Something got to click because I'm already getting kind of tired of this version of Jack Perry, man. Like, bro,
It's the theme song, man. It's the damn.
It's got to be it. That's got to be
man.
it.
It's the damn theme. It's like, bruh, why? Just why?
William says you have to admit that RVD is better than Jericho and Sting.
Him and
at
Jericho
this stage,
I would say him and Jericho are neck and neck because Jericho doesn't do a lot of high flying. So maybe I would give RVD a little bit because he's still flying around a little bit, which Jericho is more ground, So, and I don't know, Sting's still doing crazy ass shit that he probably shouldn't be doing. So, but I would give it a 1, 2, 3 and call it a day on that. He said, then William says, I would rather watch Brandy Rose make a stuffed mushroom than watch the Jungle Boy match. Wow.
Woo! Wow.
Man, in the bag, man.
Y'all are killing me. I got to make sure I add a whole bunch of effects next time y'all say little stuff like that.
Man,
so next episode, I'm going to be loaded up on the buttons, okay?
Man, dude, like, damn. But, and then, of course, man, the Lucha Bros did their thing. And then, of course, we found out what MJF and Adam Cole's going to be doing at All In. Then, of course, they recapped the CM Punk, Ricky Starks thing that happened at Collision last week. Then, of course, man, we got the BCC beating up Lucha Bros. And then we watched Sheeta defend her AEW Women's Championship against Anna Jay. Get back on some of these questions here, man. Leo says, can't wait for Sting to jump off of some crazy shit at Wembley, which you know he is. Which you know he definitely is. Back to what Lee had asked. Next big thing. Right now, if I had to guess, I mean, right now MJF is going to be the guy. So I would say, right now you're looking at Sammy, you're looking at Darby Allin, you're looking at Orange Cassidy, you could be looking at a Willer Yuta. You could be looking at Heyman Page again. You could be looking at you could really be looking at a lot of up and coming folks. You maybe see some people, maybe Adam Cole, maybe Jay White. There, Sir Strickland. Like there's quite a few names that you can go with. I don't see no one person, but I see a collective of people. As my dogs are going crazy because my family's finally at home. But yeah, I don't really see one individual person, but I do see quite a few group of people coming in. Lee, look here, man. Brandy versus Lana, dude. You go stand in the corner, man, for about 30 minutes. Okay, that's where you go. Those are mostly small guys. Well, AEW is mostly small guys. There aren't too many big guys. Warlow ain't really been doing too much, even though he was and probably still is a pick. I mean, I want to see the Redeemer, but again, he's got to come back healthy. Malachi Black, Andrade,
Brody King.
Right, if they decide to push him, like there's a lot of guys, but right now it's just what they're doing, and yeah, there's a lot of small guys, but if you look at wrestling overall, there's a lot of small guys across the board, even in WWE. Even who's the biggest guy in WWE that's like really the most popular? Really, no one, but outside of maybe Walter or Drew.
Yeah,
those are probably, and Bobby Lashley. Like those are truly like your most biggest name big guys. But Omos ain't dominating nothing, and Sting on AEW ain't dominating nothing. So, but if you look at wrestling overall, a lot of the wrestlers are not tall wrestlers. They're all smaller wrestlers. But that's the industry now, man. You don't have the Hulk Hogan's and all of them no more, man. I mean, you got a few, but they all don't have the charisma. Hell, Brian Cage ain't even that damn tall, and he's stacked.
Yeah, stacked as shit. I ain't gonna lie. Speaking of Hulk Hogan, that line that MJF said about Adam Cole, I ain't gonna lie, that shit had me dead. Where he was like, You so skinny and pasty. If this is the 80s, Hulk Hogan would have sniffed you. I'm like, damn, what the hell going on? Like you just go expose the Hulkster like that?
I mean, of course, why not, man? I mean, it's Hulk Hogan. Why not? Why not take your shots?
Oh
Oh,
my god.
man, that's funny. That's crazy, man. It's my family's coming in loud from work and stuff. But man, not like I said, man. The show was about a mid. Like I said, they're building up. We did get a few more matches for the pay per view. They're just building up more things, to put on something, which I'm not mad about. Leo says, man, or a House of Black versus Andrade and Le Faction, and I'm not even gonna say all of that. I don't even know what the hell he's saying. Will says, good show. Cody Rhodes can suck D's nuts night.
Oh. So
Oh man. All right, man. I see Lee and Will gonna have some beef over Cody, man. Hey man,
hey, you wait till
for
Penelope
it,
hop
man.
on the stream. You wait till Penelope hop on the stream.
Oh man, look here, man. Look, where Earl at? Because Earl.
Man.
I was like, Earl ain't here tonight. Earl must have to work, but it's all good, man. That's okay, man. Like AEW, we got to get the match card ready for the for the live show. Leo says 95% chance I'm going to the Dynamite and Collision Go Home show to All In Atlanta. Man, well, look here, brother. You know what to do, man. Send in those pictures, and if you see Willow, tell her the King said, "What up?"
Yeah.
But other than that, man, like I said, mid show, good show, but mid show, nothing too crazy. Just set up for the pay per view, and yeah, man, that's about it, man. Any final words, man, to the people before we get out of here, man?
Well, look, man, the good old franchise. Just want to take the time to tell the people, hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in to the GOW. I couldn't have did it without my brother. And we got some, somebody want to say a little something.
And you are listening to the GOW podcast because, we always like to do it with a little hardcore country.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the Generation Wrestling Podcast. I'm the franchise. He's the king. And that's the bottom line.
What up, Mickey?
Yeah. Hey, go OG Chris Statlander. Boop. Thank you. Chill.
Shit.